acupuncturist, and she normally works in New York and New Jersey, but she volunteers here as part of the medic team to bring instant relief to people who are in pain.
Right.
And there are a lot of people, of course, without health insurance who are in pain. So yeah.
Yes.
That's the only time I drink it.
Fine.
And Chris here, he had the acupuncture, what,
100%.
yesterday?
Today, right
Today.
now, about 10 seconds ago.
And
It's great.
it's great. You're feeling no pain?
No pain.
No pain. So Lily was going to tell me there was a guy here recently.
Yes, there was a guy getting an acupuncture treatment from me, and he was trying to explain what
The whole reason.
Occupy Wall Street is really about. And I'm just going to summarize.
Great. Summarize.
His information to me, and he's like a 20-year-old, a 27-year-old guy, and he was saying that Occupy Wall Street is about the collective consciousness of waking up to the idea that the status quo was about uncertainty and how society was creating uncertainty about the future, and therefore, like even in Wall Street and the stock markets, how they do the uncertainty of things was what gives the fear and the insecurity, and therefore Occupy Wall Street is the opposite of that. It's the awakening of the consciousness of everybody to the realization that it is not about uncertainty. It is about knowing or creating a new
Modality or something?
awareness that it's not about the status quo. It's not about making money. It's not about saving up your money for retirement when you're 65 years old, 67 years old. It's more about sharing is what he was trying to say. The community sharing. So it's just, for me, what I got out from him was what a contrast for him to be able to say that articulately about the fact that it's not about fear anymore. It's about realizing that there is freedom and individuality contributing to society in whichever manner that you can. And for me, what my manner is acupuncture. And so that's why I brought in my own supplies, because the medic tent has been taken away. It's a green army tent that they dragged out. Like you can see footages of it being dragged out, and all our supplies are in there.
Really?
Medical supplies, our biohazard, which has dirty needles in there. They just
Wow.
lumped it up and throw it into the trash bin, which is very dangerous.
Did anybody go and get it?
And apparently, when people did try to go to get it, in the 2 days that it was available to be gotten up from the 59 Street area,
Right.
they wanted ID cards, and then they wanted us to prove that it belongs to us. How am I supposed to prove to them that the medical supplies belong to me when I don't have a receipt or I don't have
Right.
anything to say that it belongs to Occupy Wall Street? And so it's a lost cause. I mean, the fact that they threw away biohazard containers without proper disposal of it, as we doctors and other health practitioners know how to do, you're not supposed to just throw it in a trash.
Right.
That's like they're breaking laws basically.
Right.
So
And endangering people.
and endangering people. What if people get stuck with dirty needles from
Right.
removing or trying to get at their
Right.
other supplies? But there were drugs in there. There were antibiotics. There were Western medicines that were donated by the nurses and the doctors, including syringes.
Wow.
All those are trashed, thrown away. I mean, not even like they didn't remove things out from the tent before they throw away the
Right.
tent. They just dragged the whole tent.
I wonder where it is now.
It was in that big pile that they showed on the footage.
Wow.
And
And was there somebody who was like the de facto spokesperson for the medical group?
no, you know what? The way that the medic tent was organized was that all the doctors had one coordinator, all the acupuncturists had one coordinator, all the nurses had one coordinator.
Oh, so you had a coordinator,
Yes.
being an acupuncturist.
Yes, and she's the one who made sure that I'm licensed, I'm legal, blah, 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 all that credentials before she let me in here. And then there's an orientation, make sure that I know where all the supplies are and what to do with them afterwards. So it's very organized within that
But
10
when
by 15-foot tent.
did she go and try and reclaim the biohazard stuff?
I know that several people did try to get the supplies, but I do not know who or what organization.
Or if they did.
But obviously we don't see them here. I mean, we don't see medical supplies.
No, they haven't been returned.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's really good work.
And you do know about the books, right? That they
Yeah,
threw away
that was
twice.
heinous twice.
I mean, that's like a 1950s communist era
Exactly.
book burning. It's the same stuff.
Exactly.
Censorship.
Total censorship, fear of ideas.
Yeah, but earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier, there was a speaker here who said that
No.
the police are public servants and therefore they work for the public.
Right.
And so that kind of calmed people down. It's the sense that, oh, we don't need to be intimidated by what they're trying to do. Really, they are here to help us. They are supposed to be public servants.
Right. But they get paid by, well, they get paid by our tax dollars.
Exactly.
But quite often they identify more with their superiors than with us.
That is true. I would say that even that guy who was explaining that big idea, he was telling me that he got arrested and that's why his arm was hurting. He got in this position for like 4 hours handcuffed.
Wow.
And so by the time they released him, everything got
Hurt.
straightened. That's why I was giving him treatment.
Wow.
But he was saying that he was talking to some of the police people, and he said that about 50% of them are in support of Occupy Wall Street. Individually, they're very much in support. It's just that the institution
Professionally.
doesn't let them express that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What do you think so far is the best thing that's come out of this?
Well, I love the fact that Occupy is now in London, Occupy in Denver, Occupy everywhere. I mean, and it just started from here, right?
Right.
Wall Street. That's totally magnificent street. Occupy Wall Street is that germination of the future movement where things will get into the banking reform system. It will get into the politics of changing mortgage lending or whatever else,
student loans,
healthcare, student loan, and any other system that needs to be serving the people rather than serving itself and its greedy shareholders.
Exactly. Well, thank you for your part
Thank you for
in it.
asking.